Wow, it was indeed one of the greatest weekends, or one of the greatest days as far as Nigerian football is concerned. The Super Falcons eventually did the job. Mission X accomplished. I mean, look at the pictures you can see on your screens. The Moroccans began that game like a house on fire. They went 2 goals up. The fans, all guns blazing, a packed field stadium. I mean, they brought the energy for the home crowd. The second time they will be hosting, but they just couldn't do the job. 2 goals down at halftime, and then the remontanda, like it's been said in the Spanish La Liga, and the comeback started from the Super Falcons. Esther Okoronkwo, what a game she had. She started the comeback with that penalty kick, and then, the Super Falcons were all guns blazing. A game of 2 halves, actually. That second half was something magical from the Super Falcons. I mean, cue that celebrations are full time. You could see from your screens all smiles from all the players. Alozie, these are players who are, getting their hands on the trophy with the national team for the very first time. And cue that from Esther Okoronkwo, woman of the match, well deserved. Aziza Oshola, still very much alive. Captain Rashidat Ajibade leading the Avengers. I mean, these are images you could see, all smiles all day, trophies, medals around their necks. The Super Falcons, they've done the job. Mission X started on a high note, and it is completed. It was American author and educator who said, begin with the very end in mind. And the Super Falcons began this journey with this very end in mind, going on in Morocco to achieve Mission X, and eventually they did that. The whole of Nigeria was agog. I mean, this is Sikratu Isa as well from the NWFL, celebrating with a trophy. Chemaka Nadoze, the goalkeeper of the tournament, and also the trophy. You can't have nightmares with images like this on your bed. It's always going to be, exciting for the Super Falcons. And with that, we welcome you to today's edition of the Gliders on BETWGB TV. My name is Emmanuel Sebastian. The crew remains very much the same from last time out. Timothy just directly opposite me. I've still got Jamiu on the show today as well. Iberi also making it back-to-back on the Gliders. Well, it's an exciting show. I mean, spare us if we take half session of the show talking about the Super Falcons, because it is well deserved. They did the job. Yeah. The job that, it started with the Super Eagles. Let's do it again. They went to the final. They just couldn't do it past the host nation, Côte d'Ivoire. But Super Falcons, so much talk about, the preparations, how they didn't prepare well heading into this tournament. So many, should I say, instabilities around their preparations. But eventually they got the job done. Iberi, I'm going to start with you. They say ladies first. I mean, we were here last time on the show.
Yeah.
I put out a question that, do you see Super Falcons going on to achieve Mission X?
Yeah.
And they did it in spectacular fashion, coming from 2 goals down.
Well, first of all, it's a good one. Being here once again, back to back. It's a good one. I'm excited to be here. Yes, the Super Falcons Mission X fully accomplished. It started up as a hashtag on social media. People felt it was, a lot of, there was no preparation, just like you said. For 6 months, the last time the Super Falcons played a competitive game was in November. It was against France, and a lot of talks were like, okay, they're going to play more games to prepare for this competition, but nothing happened till June. So you're looking at other countries, they've been playing games, preparing and all that, and you have your Super Falcons not doing anything, no pre game preparations, friendlies and all that. Nothing to say, okay, fine, you would hold this as you're preparing for a competition of this magnitude. But then these ladies, there's something their captain said. He said, to whom much is given, much is expected. To whom less is given, much is still expected. And they fall into the second category. It looked as though let's just go and represent and all that. Yes, they won it 9 times, but then again, kudos to the media people on social media, as in the media people on social media. Mission X, hashtag Mission X. It started up as a joke, like I said earlier, but look at us today. We've accomplished it. They've accomplished it. So it's a big one. It's a massive one. They come back against Morocco, massive. So to tell you that once the mentality has always been there, team spirit made it possible. Collective work, believing in your gaffer, despite the fact that he's not even a foreign coach, he's a local coach, but they believed in him. At the end of the day, it was a smooth sail for us. So I'm excited, very, very excited. A
lot has been said about the Super Falcons. How they are social media darlings, social media freaks. I mean, people say this a lot, just not with the Super Falcons, also with the Super Eagles. But does this put that talk to bed, that as long as you do the job in the end, you can do whatever you want on social media?
When they go for trainings, I don't think they press their phones or do TikTok or any of this, maybe do certain things on social media, like on all those platforms or streaming platforms and all that. I feel once there's time for everything, once they are training, I don't see them. I don't think, for those that even had pictures and videos of their trainings, there was never a time they said they stopped training and started making those videos. Those videos are done at their leisure time. And you don't expect a player, you need to balance life. There is work and there's also play. You don't expect them to train 24 hours. The person will burn out. So I feel those, whatever, as in the things they do on social media and all that, it's at their leisure time. And it's something maybe 5-10 minutes. It does not stop them from training. It makes life balance, like giving them that enabling platform. Like, fine, I've trained, let me relax. This is what they do for fun. This is what they do for leisure. And I don't think it's of course, you saw the result at the end of the day. Some person you say you read. Sometimes you read and just take a chill pill somewhere, just relax. At the end of the day, for everything you've read, it's balanced. There's this thing called life conditioning. You don't keep doing a particular thing you get bonus. And that was exactly, you can see of course the Okoronkwo, putting on the shin pad, people we are talking a lot.
It's become a regular.
Yes, putting on shin pad. As when she even saw a shin pad, or she didn't want, she wanted all those stuff. So it was just a comic relief. It doesn't stop her from doing what she did on the pitch. So that's just it. So all those people talking, even talking and all that, they can see the result. At the end of the day, they've seen the result, and the result is what we all expected from them.
Now, Timothy, let's talk about the game proper. Now, I was watching that game with my dad when we went 2 goals down. Virtually everybody gave up. I mean, in a hostile atmosphere against the host nation, you go 2 goals down at halftime. What changed in that second 45? Is there something you saw from Madugu, a coach nobody gave the chance heading into this tournament? What can you say about that second 45 from the Super Falcons and what they did in that game?
Well, credit to the coach, Justin Madugu, credit to the players themselves, because it's a collation of what the players did and the change the coach implemented. But I think that in the first half, I am of that school of thought that the Moroccans were not exceptional. I know that, people would look at me and say, what are you saying? But I've watched the game, and I've watched it a couple of times. And I know that, and I will still maintain the stance that Morocco were not so exceptional the way people felt. Of course, they got the first goal, but we saw what happened. The first goal was off a mistake that could have been avoided. I mean, you were clearing the ball and then you pass the ball to a very, very dangerous player who can do something from that range, and then he got the goal for them. And then in the second goal also, we saw how, everything just happened, and then you were 2-0 up. So it just gave them the goal. And there's one thing with games, especially in finals, once you get that momentum, it can always continue to increase. It depends on how you want to take it. If Morocco decided that they wanted to continue putting Nigeria to that place where they continue to make mistakes, it would have happened. It could have been probably 4-0 in the first half, but thankfully Nigeria did not concede another one. And then, I was also of the school of thought that if we did not get a goal in the first half, it would have affected us. But something just changed in the second half, and then coming into the second half, I don't know what Justin Madugu told them in the dressing room, whatever motivated those players, whatever they did. You could see how they began to play even before he made those changes, bringing in Jennifer Echejini and also bringing in Risola Babajide. Before he made those changes, you could see that these girls wanted to stage a comeback. They were putting in that energy, and then the change came, and you could see Okoronkwo, like I did say, I've used that word, she took that final personal. She took it as if that was her last game where she was signing out of football and all that. And then she played with her heart, played with passion, did everything right. She hardly puts a foot wrong in that final. She played so well. Then the goal came, and then there's one thing with football. I don't know if it happens generally, but especially in the final, once that momentum tilts to the other side, it begins to show up. And so after the penalty, the momentum when they started the second half continued to play. Then the second goal, look at the way Okoronkwo beats the defenders of Morocco to get into the box to cross that ball that brought the goal from Jamlusi. So it was just one of those things. Credit to the coach also for making that change. I felt there was a point where Aide was not delivering her best, and then the ball was looking like the guy who was breaking play so much, and they needed someone who could. Deborah is already doing the breaking play. We needed someone to offer more going forward, and then came Jennifer Echejini, who also offered all of those things. And then the defenders also, with the long balls they created. From the beginning of the tournament, it has been obvious that our play would have to be direct. Play directly, use the pace of the wingers, use the dashing runs and all of those things, and it worked for us. Then came the set pieces. I think this is the final, I don't know, but I know that we scored about 2 set pieces before that final, and then came that set piece moment, and luckily for us, Echejini was in the right position. I think there was also a runner in behind. I don't know if it was Asisa Doshola or Ajibade, but I mean they were at the right place at the right time, and the beautiful technique in which Jennifer converted that ball. I mean,
exactly.
We are seeing so many cases of that set pieces, and the player could just hit the ball, balloon it over the net. But Jennifer was careful not to do something that would not make the goal getting, and she hit the ball right on the floor. And you know how much when you hit the ball on the floor, it can be difficult for goalkeepers. And here we are celebrating Mission X.
Well, it was magnificent. The Super Falcons, they brought joy to so many Nigerians. Even people in the watch ball have like joined in the celebrations and stuff like that. Jamie, let me come to you. Was that a stroke of luck for the Super Falcons? Because there was one controversial moment, should I say, in that game, that penalty call that didn't go in favor of Morocco. So people felt that was the turning point for the Super Falcons. Had the Moroccans gotten that penalty, I think it was 2-2 at the time. Had they gotten that penalty, it could have been 3-2 for the host. So, I mean, does luck play a part in the Super Falcons in that result?
I think what play a part is this. This is for Kelechi and what's it called? Kelechi and Azizat.
Yeah.
This is what played a part in it. But game is about moments, and you have to take your moment at the right time. The comeback, maybe in the last 9 months, I've witnessed a lot of live comeback in my presence. Recently, the one we did the one that happened in in Djibouti. So I know how it can be tensed. And there's one thing, when you have your end goal, this is what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
When you concede a goal, it's really changed a lot within that period. So whatever information you have in the second half, during the halftime, is what inspires you to actually do more. Because I'm sure when they went one goal down, they were not expecting it. It's not something that they expected. It's really in that manner, knowing that it was a defensive error, not like you were played to score the goal. So, for someone that has been in that situation, I like using myself as an example because I like being realistic in myself. When you have a team that consider kind of goal and it's not like they played you to score, in that moment you'll be down. What you don't want to do is allow the opponent to get the second goal. When they get the second goal, it will be tougher on you guys. Or I'm sure that all the players on the pitch they were waiting for that. Okay, let's go into the halftime. At least let's regroup. No, just carry and go halftime. Let's see what will happen. So whatever information the coaches and everything, then you can now talk to yourself. What is going on, babes? What's the problem? You address it. Nigeria are pained by what happened in 2018 with the Igalo situation. The VR. Most of us believe that that should have been a penalty for us.
Yeah. The World Cup.
Now, yesterday, that penalty incident will have will have changed the game from going to us back to them. Because if that penalty has stood and they are scored, the girls will feel down because it's 2-0. We are 2-2. We are like, if you cannot score a goal before the halftime, let's try and see if we can take it to extra time.
Yeah.
And you now concede a goal at 80 something minutes. It will struck you. Emotionally you'll be down. You will need a lot of energy to come out of it. And thankfully we had a VR that came to our rescue. And because the ref, she did a good job, but on that she had at least a reasonable nice game.
But using that call at that moment was the right call to
on the pitch. It was not the right call.
To me, it looked like a handball to me. It was a penalty. But when she was told to go to the screen.
When we saw it, you see that comparing to the handball that she gave us a penalty, and that her hand was in a natural position. It was like she was not swinging the hand to go, and it was in so with the VR we could see that this is actually not a handball. But from the first look, you look like this is a penalty. Because I remember we were on the group, we were like, this is a penalty. But after the VAR review, like, no, this is not a penalty. And immediately that alone would actually make all that advantage because, okay, yes, that means this is in our hand. Let's get the killer. And Esther is Esther is a machine. Like, I mean, she didn't. I don't know. She didn't start most of the game, but the game she came in.
Yeah, the game she played.
And the game she played, she showed that I'm the future, and that take me to saying that either you are born in Nigeria or either you learn your football anywhere you want to learn your football, but as long as you agree to play for the national team, people want to give their blood on the line for it. And looking at the contrast between the Super Eagles and the Super Falcons, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you were born, it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you have in your heart. So it depends on the individual, not where you are playing from, not where you are born, not where you are playing. You might be born in England and still possess. These girls do not look like someone that are born in England. They look like someone that are born
wearing the jersey.
they look like someone that is born in Nigeria. Yeah. They are defining all the logic and all the analysis that we are giving the super.
Because a lot have been said about the diaspora players that they don't put their bodies on the line.
But these ones are showing that, guy, forget. Like if I should wear this jersey, I will give you my all.
Exactly. Yeah.
The same word, the word are saying the girls are the boys are Snapchat, everything you need, boy. But this guy, we can combine.
They're even more.
And these ones,
there are more social medias than the.
And this is now to people like this is to people that usually bash the media. The girls did not have supporters by their side because according to the board I had, the supporter club had a lot of challenge when it comes to visa, and we could even know some journalists got to this thing late because they had visa. Some of them will have pulled out, but because of the willingness that they want to go and they had brand that they committed to, they had to be there.
And they went there and they turned supporters.
And there's one thing that Nigeria have to take out of this. Even if our football is not going right, it's still the media that you guys need to put it in the right place. Because it's evident is this WAPCON that when the supporters were not there, the media had to connect the fans and the team together, make them feel like they are there, and also be a support to the players on the pitch. So all these Snapchats, and everybody said something. These guys, football have a lot of time in their hand. How many times did they used to train? Even though you want to have a personal, you want to do a personal training yourself, how many hours do you want to use to do it? So the rest of the hours, what do you need to do?
I need to know why people that think about that logic. I need to know why you think that. Emmanuel, let's think about it. Players are in camp, they go to trainings, then when they come back, what should they do? They should fold their hands and they should be looking at each other. Or when they are not busy, after they have eaten,
some fans can be overbearing. You want to take out.
I don't know. After they have eaten, they've had team meetings, had team session talks, whatever, tactics talks, everything. What should they be doing? Should they be? I don't understand why people try to even play that logic of this is how you have fun, and you are human beings also, so you have to play your game. When it's time for business, like Ebere said, they'll go to training. You don't see them pressing their phone. They are always busy. It is the journalist's job at that point.
It's a different thing when you see when the girls are training or you are seeing them eating like this. No, they do these things before the time for training
or
after the time of training. So all these excuses are media. Now, if Super Eagles come now, media is a distraction. There is so many. No, Alaye, what is the problem?
and sometimes where this some of these conversations tend to swing into, on Twitter. Rasheedat Ajibade was given player of the tournament. People felt it should be Esther Okoronkwo, and it led to something else on Twitter, turned to tribal wars and stuff like that. Both are Nigerians, both are deserving. Rasheedat Ajibade was deserving as well. She led this side from the very start to the very end. I know when it comes to the numbers, which we all pay more attention to goals and assists. So, I don't know what you can say about that. Is there a player you felt was more deserving?
Well, Esther Okoronkwo was outstanding. 6 assists, 2 goals. Like, she had the most goal contributions in all of the games played in this tournament. To me, she was deserved. But then again, I won't take it away from Rasheedat Ajibade. She's the captain. She was there helping these girls, because I feel we had a blend of both the old players and the young players, and she was in the midst of all this blend, helping to calm everything down on the pitch. So I feel her leadership role was shown on the pitch. So I believe, I'm not CAF, I'm not the person, I'm not amongst those persons that said okay or voted who is to be the player of the tournament or whatever.
That should even be the focus.
Yeah, that should. At the end of the day, it's a collective. What did they achieve together? She led this team, this blend of both the old players and the new players to victory. So if she's given the player of the tournament, why not? It's the same team. Whether Esther. So I'm surprised as to why. Fans would always. I keep saying that fans are too emotional, and this being emotional, it comes in a negative light, because we want something, and all you could just think of is who is from this tribe and who is from that tribe. You're not driving away the narrative as to what happened on the pitch. We want our 10th mission X. This is a La Decima. Instead of you to celebrate, instead of you to celebrate, you're talking about who came from who. Come on, that is so bad. And
the people giving the award, they don't even know how many tribes that we have in Nigeria.
They don't know. Infantino does not know. Mosepe does not know. These people they just came to celebrate with you, and you were talking about something that is inconsequential. I don't know where I don't just understand. It's just like, okay, the Spain and the England game. Now imagine you say, okay, fine, this person is from so and so tribe. Who does that? A collective won this. They didn't say this particular tribe or anything won. They came together to play a game, and they all gave good account for themselves on the pitch. And at the end of the day, the result is the trophy. That is what you should be celebrating. You should even be, saying, okay, fine, they are coming back. The powers that be here in Nigeria should celebrate these ladies. Everything that they need to give them that recognition that they deserve. Those are the things you should be saying, not tribe. I was like, what is wrong? What is wrong with it? What is wrong with
so they also use tribe to select the players of the tournament. They use tribe to select the players.
Let's talking about celebrations now. Let's talk about how the girls should be celebrated, because they've achieved something remarkable. 10 times African women's champion. Timothy, how should they be celebrated? We all saw what happened with the Super Eagles. They didn't cross the finish line, but we all saw the celebration. So how should these ladies be celebrated when it comes to their achievement?
Well, firstly, they should first get their MON titles. They need to get that on the line first. But I think there are already plans. There are plans. I think the National Sports Commission, I think they said there's going to be a parade today. And there's also going to be a live concert where musicians will come and play and celebrate the Super Falcons themselves. So I think that's already decent enough. And then financially also, I trust the president to actually do all of those things for them. Because, I mean, even after the game, you could see he had a call with them, celebrated them.
Yeah, it was a joy to see.
There was the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Malam Sheodiko, there also. And so it shows that even without we talking about it, the hierarchy already know that, okay, these are the things we need to put in place for these girls. I mean, they have to be celebrated. They've done what many people would have not expected them to do, and they've done it against all odds. I mean, the way they won the final is something that not many teams would do it. So they would be celebrated. I believe that, okay, they should get the MON title that they gave to the Super Eagles. I mean, Maya Wakufile, a friend of a journalist, made a video and was saying that since Super Eagles got their own MON titles by taking second, then even if Super Falcons don't win, it did the video before the final. So far they're in the final, they would have come first or second, so there should be a place for an MON for them. But now that they've even won the game, no, why should they not get it? But I trust that, okay, the National Sports Commission and the government would really, really make these girls proud.
Yeah, finance, like you mentioned.
They were using laser for them. They should now lace the MON on their leg like this. Yeah. Like I was telling somebody, I said either laser or not laser. If you could chop up,
you could chop up.
My own is that as long as they are not lacing your head with surgical operation.
Yeah,
you always overcome it. So I understand the hostility in the North Africa might be too what's called, might be hostile when it comes to on the pitch. But I'm sure the girls knew from the beginning that they were going to face that, and
that's a lesson to MPFL clubs too. No excuses.
So all you just need to do is have that mentality. All the girls did was show character and showed mentality. Yeah. Either you are born in Ajegunle, you are born in Lekki, you are born in Ikorodu, or you are born outside the country. As long as you are putting that there, put your life on the line, because you are representing millions of people.
Yeah.
So either you lace yourself to the title, or you lace yourself to second. But these girls, they lace themselves. Even Morocco help them lace them to the title. As they come Nigeria, when they list them with MON. That's it.
I'm sure you also want to. I mean, in your own personal view, how do you want to see the girls celebrated?
Yeah. The guys they've said a whole lot. Like there was this news that came out that broke that they had the allowances and the areas they've been owing them. They've settled it even before that final. I hope it's not paper talk. That is talk and
very
do.
important.
Do you understand? So I feel all those allowances, areas they are owing them, it's a clean slate. They should clear everything. Place them in a because I noticed even when they went for that, when they came for the competition, the ladies they were complaining that the rooms they placed them in, it was not conducive and stuff like that. This is the only team that has achieved what no other person.
That's on Carrefour.
Do you understand? You said
that's on Carrefour.
No, but then again, it's okay. Look at when their training kits came in. Their training kits came in a day before the semi-final against.
That one is a different.
No, we are still saying no.
Holistically, she's just trying to say.
I don't want to make that the what's called CAF is always are the one in charge
of the jerseys.
Of the logistic, not the jersey.
Yeah,
okay, it's just like he said. It's everything combined. Because I don't think you would even treat these ladies. They've done what the men has not been able to achieve like 10 times. It's not been done before. Despite against all odds, look at the conditions of at which they preparations was not as rigid.
Best, yeah.
Yes, so 6 months, no active.
They played 4.
No, they played some friendly ball.
They played
we
4.
We know what the preparations were.
In June. It was in June now.
And they were preparing for it.
We had over 3 to 4 international friendlies in between from November till June.
They didn't play any within that period.
You said what?
They didn't play any within that period.
Yes, other countries played now.
They gave. I know the preparation is not premium.
That is what we are saying now. That
it's not premium, but they still got something before the tournament started.
No, they did, but it wasn't.
It was
as
not.
You would expect.
It was more like a fire brigade. Yes, it was a fire brigade kind of preparation. That's what I'm trying to explain. That subsequently you don't treat them like second option because these ladies they've done. There was at some point it was fine. We had journalists there that became fans. You could feel that synergy between the players and the country. Like they knew that against all odds that we need to go and get it done, and they did it in a 3. As in the comeback was something else. Most of us did not believe. First half 2-0.
No, I believe, Charles.
First half 2-0. Second half.
I believe.
Second half.
I wanted just a goal.
Second half, I was like, okay, fine. If they can even score 1 goal before halftime, but then it didn't happen. Like, now wow. Second half, look at it was a different thing. So I feel going forward, they should put these ladies into consideration that yes, that they've done well for the country and appreciate them. He's talked about MON. MON is something as they are coming in, they are giving them their MON. You are not even supposed to come and start doing debate and you pay them in dollars. Don't pay them. You pay them in the currency that was given to them. Every money, everything that anything monetary allowances.
What's the price money again? 1
million. Yes, pay them. Don't say you're going to convert or this one. No. It doesn't make sense. Don't let them not be at the end of the day. We start hearing little things that they did not do this one money, did not do. And the Olympics, we had that kind of this. The last World Cup, the same thing. All those whatever that has to do with finances, they should sort it out now because we are starting on a clean slate. And a clean slate is recognizing that these ladies have done well and they should be celebrated in accordance with what they've done for the country. So that's my opinion.
Now let's talk about the Super Falcons and their dominance when it comes to African football.
Yeah.
Now, do you see this continuing? Because if you ask me, is there any African team out there that can stop the Super Falcons? Because heading into this tournament, I need to put it out there.
I want to go back to what I said on the last episode.
I need to put it out to you guys because before this tournament, a lot of talks like, South Africa is catching up, Morocco is catching up, other African countries are catching up. But when it comes to the actual business, they conquered.
Yeah.
They went on to claim a 10th African Women's Nations Cup title against the so-called Moroccans. This is the second time Morocco will be hosting, and they've lost back-to-back finals. They're hosting the next one. So they've been close, but the Super Falcons have always been there. South Africa, the defending champions, got knocked out by the Super Falcons. So
if the girls in the third final, they go see lose.
So Simon, let me start with you. Do you see any African team breaking the Super Falcons' dominance in subsequent editions of the African Women's Nations Cup?
Well, I don't think that's going to happen, and it takes me back to what I said on the last episode. ESPN Africa, they ranked Nigeria below. I think they ranked Nigeria third in the rankings for. I said it on the last episode. How do you rank? before that tournament where we lost in 2022, it's not like we had gone maybe a few years without winning. We were the champions before that tournament. So then, because we lost to a team who got to the final and eventually lost on penalties, considering the factors, I mean, we were 9 men down, and then all of those things, because of that, you now think that South Africa has caught up with us. Then there's Morocco who has, I mean, at this point, Nigeria would continue to be dominant. I don't know how they will do it for other African countries. I don't know what they want to do. But if Nigeria lose out on this one, then the next one we are coming back stronger. And of course, you can't expect a team to continue to win every season. I mean, as much as Real Madrid have won 15 times Champions League, it's not like they've won it across every years. We say Real Madrid have won 15 Champions League, but there's also that place where they've lost some in between. But it shows that there's that place of dominance. I mean, in the last 10 years, Real Madrid have won 6 Champions League. It just shows you one thing: when there's that team that gets to that point of winning things, they are not going to stop. They could take a break, but when they come back, it means that they are going to continue, and that's what the Super Falcons will do. Super Falcons can go maybe the next 2 tournaments, don't win it, but I mean, when they're going to come back, and which I don't even think would happen, is it possible that Super Falcons go to tournaments? Look at the history. Equatorial Guinea in 2008, Super Falcons in 2012. I think Equatorial Guinea in 2014. Then Super Falcons
2012, 2008.
Okay, 2012, 2008. Then South Africa in 2022. So the break they've even taken is not like they've had so much a long break in between them. Although I'm not saying that that should now make the NFF or the Sports Commission invest and all of those things. But I mean, it just shows that the team is built about winning. For those who leave the team, let's say a new player is coming into the team now. Whatever those girls will tell them is, okay, bro or sis, sorry, you are coming into this team. For this team, we are used to winning. I mean, Madrid have won Champions League. Like, I'm using Madrid comparison now. Madrid have won Champions League, but the team that won Champions League 2014, I'm not sure any of those players were in the last team that won in 2024. Or the team in 2022 also. So, but what is the history with that club is whenever you are coming in, they are trying to let you know, say, oh boy, for we they always win, we always want to die for Champions League. And I think that's the mentality with Super Falcons also, because if I'm saying Super Falcons have won the WAFCON 10 times, it's not the players that haven't played in 2014 that played in this one. I mean, even Assistant Jola, that was really, really influential in 2018. There was really less for her to do in this one. But it just shows you that you are coming into this team, they are putting it into your head that we are used to winning, this is what we know how to do. And those players are also coming in, they know that, okay, this is what we are meeting. And when you even look at it yourself, looking at history, you kind of say, okay, we are going to put our body on the line, we are going to do everything. So I don't feel like that's what will continue to happen. Other teams may win. I'm not saying other teams will not win, but for a team to really catch up and get off Nigeria on that place of dominating, I do not think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, Jamie, I don't know if you agree. I mean, these other countries, they have the facilities more than us. I mean, the South Africans, the Moroccans, they have the organization, the infrastructure. But I mean, when it comes to the pitch, we always find a way to do things right. So, do you also agree that no team is coming close in the near future?
The only team that can come close in the near future is Nigeria. As long as Nigeria does not have a second country, like this is the one Nigeria, no team will come close. The infrastructural level, you can beat us when it comes to club level, because we are not that organized when it comes to our club level.
Exactly. And
we don't have the same infrastructure that you guys have. But there's not how bad it is.
Morocco have a world champion as a coach.
No matter how bad it is, we will still have one facility that is good, that will prepare us for any tournament we are going for. And as long as the facilities outside this country is not bad, we don't have a problem. Nigeria will not succeed again when we are the one against ourselves. But as long as we are for ourselves, it will not happen. And I'll give you the reason why. The last 2 tournaments that we've gone from that we struggle, it was not a local coach, it was a foreign coach. I don't have a problem with
foreign coach.
Foreign coach. But this is it. Look at that period. There were so many old legs in the team. That was I think in the last episode I said something. I said the players should know when to leave when the official is loud.
Yeah.
Go and check the last 2 ones that we suffered. The one that Thomas Zenebi won. Is it the one that we won? The one last
28.
before we.
Yeah.
That one we struggled to win that one. We had a lot of old leg, like of Vita Chukwelu, Onamebi, and so many old leg, and there was this disunity in the team. This team is united.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
the what's it called? You see the one of the video they did in their this thing where people that are making their first African appearance had to sing. It was even the brother that led that song.
Yeah.
Where they were like, "Thank you, senior," everything like that. So look at these young players now. They are young, and most of them are doing well in their club side. They are still young. They are in their A games. So it's take another like let me say 6 or 7 years or a very wrong part in their what's it called in their club career for them to go off the radar, right? And look at us. We are taking talent from both Europe, both America, everywhere, both Asia and everything. Our talents are, as long as we are building talent in the grassroots, we're also building talent outside. This team has 14 players that graduated from the NWFL.
Yeah.
MPFL, yeah. NWFL.
So which means that we always produce talent. And look at the women team. The progress is there from the 17 to 20 to the Super Eagles. Look at Deborah. Deborah had gone through all the phases, and most of all the players. This Oladipo Shukura played Wafu long ago. That means the progress is there. So as long as you keep progressing for that age, that means our cadet team is feeding the senior team, and we are also taking talent from abroad to complement what we have, which means that we are trying to balance it up.
I'm even sure that
as long as
many of them will be interested in come and play.
So as long as yes, now definitely, because they are doing what everybody wants to be part of the Sussex. As long as we know when to phase out the old leg and bring in new ones inside, they don't overstay their welcome. I felt like in 2022 there are some old leg that actually overstayed their welcome, and the coach did not have that guts to actually say, okay, let me bench you and let me. Mando also want to start the same thing in the group stage where he was starting some people, and after like I know, I think I don't know what he told them, but I felt like okay, I think I need to go with this new set of guys that will this for me, and they've delivered to her. So like I said, it's only Nigeria that will not make Nigeria dominate again.
Well, I mean, it's a delight for these players.
Yeah.
I mean, making their debut. Chema Okafor, Malayawan mother or Malawi, yeah, from and she had the chance to also play for Malawi. But I mean, Malawi and Nigeria, you always, when it comes to women's football, you're always going to choose Nigeria.
I'm not sure she participated at all.
No, she didn't.
She didn't play. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
for a player like he was saying, yeah, exactly. So, and now you're an African champion as well. Winning a medal. It's just a delight to see the Super Falcons, this dominance that they've shown so far. I don't know if Ebere also wants to share her thoughts on that. Do you see any country just
coming to overtake?
Coming to overtake the Super Falcons?
Timothy has said a whole lot. It's just like when you sign for Real Madrid, they take you to their trophy room and display the 15 Champions League. They're not displaying those trophies because they want to. They are telling you that this is the mentality of this club. We win here. It is our birthright. You can see it is so evident here. It's more like trying to inculcate that winning mentality into your brain, that this is it. So for anyone that joins the Super Falcons, we've won 10. We've got that bragging right. I don't see any other team out there. 13 editions now.
10 to 1.
Yes. Nigeria has 10. Equatorial Guinea has 2. Equatorial Guinea didn't even qualify for this one. And there's a South Africa with just 1. So you can see we've been there was a period we dominated for like dominant. 7. We won it 7 times at the bounce before Equatorial Guinea came to win it in 2008. So we've been there. We've done it before. We are still there and would always be there. I don't see any team coming to usurp up. It's not happening, because you need to win 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's no how you say okay, the Super Falcons will not win at least in the next 5, 6 editions that they won't win at least 3. Yeah. So if you're adding 3 to 10, that's 13. So you need to keep winning, and we keep losing, which I don't even see happening. So I don't see anyone. I don't see the Ghana, the South Africa. Look at what we made South Africa look ordinary now in the game. So is it Morocco? No, I don't see it. I don't see any team or any country getting, taking us out. We set the pace.
They
Others
will get
follow.
from coalition.
I'm
Like,
we
can start.
set the pace. Others follow.
We can start mission La Decima from now.
And if you're not a Nigerian
Alliance La
watching this,
Decima.
don't see us like we are just full of ourselves. I
No,
mean,
no, no,
we've earned it.
Yes,
Like we've
yes.
been winning back to
Yeah.
back.
Ten, no easy now. Ten.
Bragging rights.
Ten.
Bragging rights.
what the
You know
weekend say
easy.
again? If he day.
You have to show it. You have to brag,
Yes,
and
there's
the
a
players.
the bragging right is there. Like,
He's always there.
And before we leave this topic, I want to say this win is for, like, I know I said it in our last this and that.
Okay.
I'll be happy if they win the Mission X, so that we could know that if all of us sit down together and package ourselves
True.
with the media narrative, I want to achieve
Success,
it. We'll achieve it.
Yeah.
So this win is for the media team,
True.
the content creator that went to Morocco despite all the odds. For them, I like the synergy between the players and the media team.
Yeah.
Like, look at the relationship between them, because I think the girl will understand that, okay, you guys are our family, we need you guys to succeed, and they are there. So I wish that these templates could work. If we can stick with these templates regarding the relationship between the players, the media, and the fans, I think it will take us it will carry us for a very, very long time. That means that all these is media that is distracting them. No, the media is not distracting. They are helping
aiding
matters. So we need to raise this case that content creators that are going to go. No, it needs to stop, because we've seen what they've done. We've seen that we used media to push Mission X. At the point, the girls bought the idea, soaked themselves into it, and at the point, it drove the girls to actually accomplish the mission. And that is what we need.
The media is more like the mirror where fans can actually see what's happening with the girls, because without the media, most persons didn't even know what was happening, how they train, what they do. It was as if so for those saying media this, media that, media is, like I said, the mirror where you can actually look and see what these ladies are doing. They can send their message through the media. We became more like as an in between, and more like a middleman between the players and the fans. The fan engagement, it was the media that made it happen. At some point, the media team, those that went on their own, those that went as a collective, they became the fans. They kept cheering for all the games we watch. It was just the media. You could hear a lot of people singing and all that.
Even the cameraman had to always point out to where the media
exactly focus on them, and it was beautiful. It was at some point when Ashley, when they won, she was crying. She said she was not crying because it's just that the all through this period that she felt this connection with the fans, and it was the media that made it happen. This guy that came, Kelechi FC, came all the way from where he stays in the UK to support
this car became a contradiction for them. They have to take it and bring it back.
People, they gave a lot, they sacrificed a lot, but in the end, it was worth it, because at the end of the day, Mission X was accomplished. So it's beautiful. It was a beautiful tournament.
Congratulations to Joy. Please, I beg, bring that gold medal.
I can imagine the feeling. You're covering your debut AFCON, and you are there to witness the team win it live.
And then I
was having pity for Mikolo, like, you won't lose to final into
even me that was not at the stadium, like, I was having that feeling that I've lost too many finals recently, that there's that connection. I remember Super Eagles. So now I've not recovered. Now anytime I see that advert on DSTV where Sebastian Haller, that ball is shown, that PTSD that strikes me. Then Inter Milan lost 5-0. I was sitting on this seat here. And then I was thinking about it that, okay, am I going to experience another final loss again?
I remember I wanted to down in Djibouti.
Well, we can spend all day talking about the Super Falcons, but it is not the Super Falcons show. It's still the Gliders. We go on our very first break. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is still the Gliders on BETWGB TV, and as you can see on your screens, don't forget you can claim a bonus credit if you sign up on the BETWGB platform. All you need to do is log on to the platform and use the promo code Gliders, and you could get a bonus credit for you to enjoy the platform. So back on the show now, let's move away from the Super Falcons. Let's talk about something that has to do, maybe slightly with the Super Eagles. In the last couple of days, we saw Chelsea defender Tosin Adarabioyo, coming to to Nigeria. I mean, there was a tournament that was hosted in his honor, the Tosin Adarabioyo Youth Cup in Lagos. I mean, these are players, diaspora players. We have so many of them in the national team. You know, the likes of Ekong, Basi, Iwobi, and the likes. Now Tosin has been in Nigeria. Surprisingly, he said it was his first time. You know, I was listening to the interview on Arise TV. I mean, his mom hails from Ekiti State, his dad from Lagos, according to him. Now, let's talk about him now and the Super Eagles. I know what he's done was pleasing to the eyes, coming to your, home country, visiting stadiums, seeing grassroots footballers play. But when it comes to the Super Eagles, is there a chance for Tosin in that Super Eagles defense? And we have Ekong, we have, Basi,
Ajayi,
Shemi Ajayi as well.
Jordan.
These are also diaspora players as well. But looking at that defense and what Tosin has done in the last couple of seasons or in the last couple of years, do you see a space for him in that Super Eagles defense, Iberi?
I'm looking at the players there. Ekong is in his 30s. Very soon, maybe after the next, hopefully they qualify for World Cup. It's still hopefully. I don't think he would be there after next year because it's looking as if he might retire very, very soon. And Semio has not been. It's been up and down. Injuries, these injuries that. I don't think there's any player presently. I beg to be corrected. Calvin Bassey is not. We don't really play him as a centre back. Is that he's playing as a left back?
Debate whether he's a centre back or left back.
Exactly. Tosin is 27. He's in his prime. I understand that most of these players, it takes time for them to finally come back home to say, okay, fine. Maybe England, where they are. They said they didn't get call-ups and all that. They didn't get the caps that they need, to play for where they were born and all that. I think if Tosin decides, because he said there are so many things he has to put into consideration if he wants to play for the Super Eagles. If he decides, okay, fine, that I want to play, I feel he would get a shirt because he's 27. He has the height, he has the experience. The Calvin Bassey's got their chances. What's his name? Iwobi also got his chance. I know they are not of the same age, but they all played for Fulham at some point together. So if he says, fine, I want to come and play for Nigeria finally. Yes, he will. He would walk into that team because if Trustekong, who would fill up the vacuum, Trustekong would
walk into the team. Walk into the team.
Yes, now.
Wait, I'm trying to think about our defenders right now. Emmanuel, please remind me.
Okay, you can imagine.
I'm trying to see if I would support you.
I'm
trying to think of the defenders we have.
Team. He might not walk into to start as a starting 11, but definitely he will get minutes in that Super Eagles.
So it's a welcome addition if he comes. Because Timothy, I don't know. I felt kind of slightly disappointed
in him
that he didn't come out to say yes he wants to play for Nigeria
but
during his stay in Nigeria. I know these decisions can be tough, but I mean this is a player that we've been cutting him for a while. There was a time there was this image trending of him with the Super Eagles jersey on social media. There were talks as well that he was waiting on England for the Euros, which he eventually didn't get. Now in all of this, you've seen the whole situation. You came to Nigeria and you didn't even give us a definite answer that you want to play for us. Does that make you disappointed, or do you hold any slight grudges for Tosin that why wait till this point where say England no call you again, you won't come play for us? I don't know what you think about that.
I don't think I hold for me personally. I do not think that I hold any grudge against him. For me, I've always been a case of if this player wants you, you don't have to force the player to choose you. I mean, it's hard to make the decision, but it doesn't take so much time. I mean, Alex Iwobi was born in the UK. We saw how much Alex Iwobi dedicated to play for the Super Eagles. Alex Iwobi has been playing for Super Eagles for many years, and he's still in his 20s. That shows you he's been playing at a very, very young age for the Super Eagles. He's chosen that, okay, I want to play for this team. Ademola Lookman, he saw that, okay, this chance was not coming. He made the decision. He decided to play for the Super Eagles. So
played at the World Cup in England.
Yeah, absolutely. So playing for the Super Eagles is not something we should be forcing players, or when the body language is not there, it's not something we should not be saying, I beg now, that kind of thing. I mean, there are so many players that can play for the Super Eagles. There are so many players when we play in different clubs, in different places, even from Nigeria, even if we go abroad, there are so many players we can see. So I would not say I was disappointed in him. personally for me, it's not like I'm really interested in Tosin coming to play for the Super Eagles. It doesn't
But
really interest.
God
There's no
bless you, my
excitement. There's no excitement
so
that comes.
There's no excitement. So you don't want to even think about whether there's a place for
God
him.
bless my brother. Of course, I do not have a chance. If the coach, if he accepts to switch allegiance and the coach calls him up, of course, I am not in a place to say don't come.
So you're not desperate for him.
There's no much excitement and I say, oh, Tosin, or no. It's not in my place to. I don't have that feeling. If I see him in the place, okay,
maybe
wow.
the excitement will come like maybe 3 or 4 years ago when he was there, like okay.
But right now, there's no excitement for me.
No, I'm no.
This is not easy.
Move away from the excitement. Does he have his spot in that team if he eventually decides to play?
No, if he decides to come play, he will fight for it. But my own is that I don't like the fact of this our toasting cutting too much. Nah, leave am. What's happen?
Well.
You should be proud to play for the country. Okay, you've been saying I have not decided. When do you want to decide? When you are 29? When you are 30?
No, he's
bro. Come on.
He said there's certain.
No. Okay, I know. Okay, it's like it's like you are toasting a baby and she's usually to do chakara.
After the condition, she wants to know if you have money
or not.
Then our money is we qualified
so what's the big deal with it? He's a fine footballer, no doubt. Very gentleman, no doubt. Right? I'm sorry to go back to this. Look at the girls now. Most of these girls that are playing for that, they decided that they want to play for the country early.
Yeah.
Even look one to some extent to that decision late. But realize okay, if I want to play for these people, I need to decide on time. It paid off and it's African best today. So you want to play for us? We've been on this toasting for like 2 or 3 years.
Disappointed. You were like,
so
I mean, give us a
one is that answer. All this talk every now and then with him. You guys should stop forcing it. If he wants to, but every time
has a decision been made that we're not aware of.
Because I'm looking at the youth cup whatever. This it just came out of the blue. Nobody even. I was like, youth cup bawo. Like how?
So
he went to meet most of these maybe he went to meet the governor and stuff. Probably there might be a pathway to, and he doesn't want to let the cat out of the bag.
No. Is he coming back home to come and do something with the people and familiarize himself with it? I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Because home is always home.
Yep.
And it's your country. Nobody can take that away from you. Even if you are based in England for like 25 years.
He has a full-fledged Nigerian name.
You can't take that from. So whatever community service is doing with the country, I don't have an issue with it. Yeah, sure. But please don't beg him to wear the national jersey color. If he wants to play, let it be something from his heart.
Not that he was cajoled.
So if by now he has not decided that if he wants to play for Nigeria, whenever he decides, he's not coming from his heart. He's coming because he feels like something is not possible again.
Possible again for him. Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one. But we were delighted to see Tosin come to Nigeria to do whatever he has done, and wish him all the very best. We'll go on another break, our final break on the show, and when we return, we'll head straight to the NPFL. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is still the Gliders on BETWGB TV, and like I will always remind you on the show, join us on the BETWGB platform, and you can always get that bonus credit you so much desire. Use the promo code Gliders, and you are very much welcome to the BETWGB platform. And like we always say, bet responsibly. So back on the show, and thank you if you stay with us up to this very point. Thank you for being with us up to this very moment on the show. So let's wrap it up in grand style. Now let's talk about the NPFL now. Off air, we're talking about this, NPFL clubs then they vex when it comes to unveiling transfer announcements. I mean, the likes of Kano Pillars, Katsina United, even Shooting Stars. I saw before we came on set, I saw the announcement of Chidebere Nwobodo coming back to Rangers, where they took him, the whole traditional stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is more like it. This is more like what we want to see, and it's a delight to see. And just as we were on set today, the AGM was currently ongoing, the annual general meeting for the NPFL, and the fixtures for match day 1 has been officially released. We'll touch more on that as the show progresses. The Gliders, as you can see on your screens as well, just match day 1 fixtures release. The date slated for the match day 1 is August the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. So the NPFL, we can't wait for it to get back. We'll support our own, we'll support our very much league. Most of us here are NPFL followers. Of course, I am a commentator in the league as well. So
I want to see. I look for a curiosity. Okay,
You know,
that's nice. I like it when the first game of the season are win. So I like it.
Exciting times in the NPFL. But let's talk about this one that shattered the internet in the last couple of days, and we have the very best of persons to talk about this on the show. Ikorodu City have been they are shredding the club to maybe not to pieces yet, but you know, Walio has left for pastures news, gone to Israel. A crucial player with the team we saw last season, and now Tobi Adepoju. I mean, very respected figure when it comes to Nigerian football. Like it's being called a lot of shake up with Shooting Stars. First off, they took the coach Nuruddin Ikorodu, and now they've taken Tobi Adepoju. Where do you see Shooting Stars ending with this whole? I mean, more will still come. The transfer window is still very much open, but good recruitment for Shooting Stars. And where does this leave Ikorodu City?
It leaves us with a brighter future. And I know 3SC will be great again. Now I'm saying this. Anything I'm saying here, I'm saying this as Jamiu Adelashe, not Ikorodu City lead photographer. Now, I said it, I always say it. Ikorodu, the future can only be brighter than the previous ones.
Mm-hmm.
And 3SC will only be great again. Now it depends on their fans have put them in a lot of bad press image of recent. So as long as they are restructuring the management, they also need to restructure the orientation of the fans, because the two of them will have to work hand in hand. If the management is doing their best on their part and the fans are not also going in the direction of the management, the project will crash before it starts. Now, I'm saying this as a person. They will need time. I know they desire a continental football in Ibadan, which is good, but it will take time. Now they take Awero, they take Tobi. It's not bad. One, you can't take Shooting Stars away from Tobi, and you can't take Ikorodu away from Tobi. You see those things, they are in his blood. You can't leave it. You can't take it away from it. And Tobi has led so many projects and he has been successful with it. And I'm very sure that he will be very successful in Shooting Stars. And I don't think I want to say that Shooting Stars will be a great club again if they are patient and they allow them do their work. I like the recruitment they've done from the chairman. I've heard a lot about the chairman, because even if a man could successfully steer the affairs of his estate and being loved there with his leadership role, that means if that person get to a bigger place, he will do well.
Yeah.
And you've seen the CEO, look at his pedigree, all the projects he has led, he has done well. These are people that had proven record. So they are coming in the place where the mess that is inside Shooting Stars now, they don't start overnight. It didn't start 1 year ago. It didn't start 2 years ago. It didn't start 3 years ago. It's something that has been happening for, if not decade, at least 2 decades or so. So it will not go overnight. With time, patience, everything will be fine. As for Ikorodu is a structure that is built to survive. It's a plug and play structure. We have something on ground where everything is set. You come, you do your job, because you know that, oh, if I don't do my job, there's another person that will do it better than I do. Are we going to miss Oganla as a person? Yes. But are we going to miss his office that is occupying? Not. Because we have people that are there. Like, for example, Oganla is one that is representing the club on the board of the NF. He's not there now. Puja is currently at the AGM. And that is currently going on. He's representing the club, which means we are not short of staff. And Ikorodu is a building that is a factory. We keep building. Both as we are building player, we are also building future administrator for the country and future media team that teams can come and say, okay, if you feel like you need any of our people and you want to poach, go through the right channel, and if the person is willing to leave, he will leave. I'm sure if offer should come for anybody, Ikorodu is not going to stop you from going, because the club knows that I am a factory that want to feed the nation. Both players and administrative or media. So at the end of the day, if you cannot start the changes from the top, we can start changing it little by little. For example, now Toby is in Shooting Stars. They are also gone. They've left the government way of doing things. They want to now look at how they can consummate the club and look at it. Rangers too is doing the same thing. We have Remo, we have Ikorodu. We're hoping that Rangers to fall into also Kano State to fall into. Look at, we have like 5 clubs already going through that route.
That direction, yeah. So
if we have more, that means if you can't change if you can't change whatever is happening from the top, if you start changing it from each club like this, by the time we spread over 20 clubs, that means you that are coming to come and head us. If all of us can agree, because we know that we are not here for charity case, we are here for business, we want to make money from it. Why did Susie start take Ogala? Because I feel like they sell players, the players leave them, they don't make money from it. And they see that this is somebody that has done before. Oh yeah, the template that you've done to make Ikorodu successful, come and replicate it with us. He's not going to be living, he's taking the handbook, but he's not taking the manual. The manual still remains with us.
I'll come back to you, Jamie, on the show. But Timothy, we know this can be disrupting. I mean, when you take key figures, it depends on how you handle it. Because we know, I mean, from what they showed last season in Ikorodu City, many people didn't expect the kind of finish they had, where they finished come the end of the season, you know. But how big of a blow is this for Ikorodu City, losing a figure like Toby Adepoju to a rival, a Southwest rival? I mean, I'm waiting to see how that fixture will be next season, because we all know the bad blood it showed, you know, when it comes to the fans in this fixture last season. So how crucial would this miss be for Ikorodu City?
Permit me if I also say we, because I'm also a member of Ikorodu City FC now.
So you guys are now you know, talking tough, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm also a member of Ikorodu City FC now, so I can say we before I could say okay Ikorodu City, but if I say we now, so anybody that is watching, I'm already a member of Ikorodu City FC also, so I can say we. It's going to be, of course, like Jamil said, there's no way you would have someone of Oganla's pedigree. What he does, the passion he puts in, the way he does his job, and then you will not miss him. I mean, even online, you will see that this is someone who would do anything to make sure the club continues to progress. So imagine someone doing all those things online, then imagine what he'll be doing behind the scenes, in the meetings he's going to, in the travelings he has to make, in the meetings officially, in the meetings online, offline he has to do, and all of those running around. So it shows that there's going to be a lot of efforts that he puts in. So it doesn't mean that the club will not miss him, but like Jamil said, the club would miss him. But I mean, for a club, there's always that place of, it is about structure. Anybody that is coming in or anybody that is going out would already know that there's a structure that is in ground. So it's not about, because this person is leaving, then the club has to totally die. No. Abroad, clubs like Liverpool, Manchester United, they've lost sporting directors, they've lost chairman, they've lost CEOs, they've lost different people, they've lost academy directors, and it has not faltered the club. That is because there is a structure that this person is coming in to work with. Although, like I did say, it doesn't mean it's not going to be hard. It's going to be hard to take, I mean, to not even to Shooting Stars, like who is your direct rival, but in life it's about movement. I mean, you could be here today, I mean, you could see someone on one media platform today, tomorrow is already on the platform that maybe the management of that other platform dreads so much. So it's about life, and then it doesn't mean that Ikorodu City FC we're going to falter. There's a structure. Like you said, if Toby was around now, he's going to probably be the one at the AGM. But I mean, it's now Puja's responsibility, and he has taken it up. So he has to. The club would continue to do well, and then players would leave, players will come in before Waliu. After Waliu, players will come in. The players that will come in after Waliu would still leave, and all of those things.
Before that for your boy gift.
Because I still want players to leave Ikorodu City before the season.
Yeah, before Adarabioyo, there was Bright Ozegbabe, although he's now our technical director. But I mean, Adarabioyo came in. Adarabioyo has left. Ali Kandil.
No. They don't know about Ali Kandil, my guy. What's the rationale behind that decision? You know, bringing Ali Kandil as a coach and bringing Bright back now as a technical advisor. What's the rationale behind that.
You might not have the correct answer because we are still initiating him into the Ikorodu way. He never still enter like that. But maybe after 19 matches, instead you gonna start say, nah, you know, yeah. for Jebu, instead I kill her from some parties, you know, say, that be yeah, nah.
But it's a huge job.
And I no. This is it. Bright is back. As the technical advisor, right? But Ali that is the head coach, and I'm sure the country don't know about Ali.
A lot of people don't know, so that's why.
And I'll tell you. Arrow left. You guys can. Ibadan can have our handbook. We'll sell it. We sell handbook. Like every season, we sell our handbook for it's people will buy it. You come and take. But you see the manual that I used to provide that handbook, or what you are using to provide that handbook, you don't know it, so you cannot buy it. So what you guys all bought is the handbook, but the ingredient and everything that we are using to produce the handbook is in the factory.
I mean, it's the NPFL. Yeah. We've seen how transfers have been done, unveiled recently. Looking at these two teams, Ikorodu City and Shooting Stars, where do you see them finishing next season? It's a derby. So from what we've said so far, where do you see both teams finishing?
Well, the new coach that joined Ikorodu City, and this is going to be Ikorodu City's back-to-back season in the NPFL. So all eyes will be on them. Can they maintain this tempo? We know.
I like the fact that we don't know what to expect.
Yes, exactly. So it's more like we don't know what to expect.
That's it. That's
you believe
say we don't catch like last season, but you know now. What are we bringing? You don't know yet. So that's the logic. Like every season. You still okay, we don't catch them, we don't know how they operate, but the next season now you're gonna say more and that way. Just sit down, relax. It's a very serious movie that will not end. It does not end until you could maybe if you could liquidate, but as long as you could stay alive, we always be coming with every shocker every season. Watch out.
So we don't know what to expect from this. Is a new dispensation, it's a new administration now. Most of the player, one of their star player is out, their former coach is out, their sporting director is out. So it's gonna be just like he said, just watch out and see what happens. But both of them, I don't see them relegating. That's just it. That's just, we know definitely.
A lot of people saw that. For saying that. I was saying that. Don't worry. I'll give you 1 period for saying that.
So I don't see any.
It's on record. Yes. Not to say just.
I don't see any. No matter what happens, I don't see them relegating. They won't find themselves in 16, 17 at the end of the day. So that's
God of mercy.
They won't.
It's a huge job.
Yeah, that's how
the spotlight will be on him.
Where I was going to is one thing you just like is the fact that you have Toby who you see every time, meetings, office, you see him every time, and then he's your sporting director. I mean, sporting directors work with coaches, so you can at least have that place of solace that this is someone I've worked with, even if you are not going to. I mean, you have to earn the support of the fans at this point. And like Jamie was saying, I think even the structure or from the chairman, the CEO, they need to. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to have a town hall meeting with the fans and let them know that this is a new dispensation. We are building, and in building processes, there has to be that place of let us take it step by step. Okay, this season, this is what we want to do. We want to be stable. We want to go to difficult grounds. We want to take this maximum points or these things, and then from next season, then they can give them another thing. Okay, this is what we want to do, but you have to be patient with us. Let them know that we are going to lose some games. We are going to drop points at some home games. We probably may lose some home games. Let them have that at the back of their mind, so that when they begin to support the coach, I mean, because Ibadan fans can quickly turn their back at you. I've seen it with different players, and even I don't want to mention, but Sikiru Alimi most recently, we have seen it with them. So they can be that hostile. So the club has to have that meeting with the fans, engagement with the fans. Let them know, okay, these are the things we are putting in place. This is how we want to run the club. Be behind us. Don't be behind us on the negative side. Of course, derby games, come. I'm not saying come in derby games, support us, make the atmosphere hostile for the other team, but we know them for that. make it hostile, but it doesn't mean you should be violent. Hostility
God bless you.
does not mean violence. So like make all of those, bring all of those energy that you bring to the stadium, but please take it easy, be calm. In the media also, they need to talk to some of the media guys in Ibadan, radio stations, TV stations. I mean, this is how we are building the club, because we have said it when we were talking about the Super Falcons and the Super Eagles. Media will always play a big part, and it is a narrative that the media pushes around a club that the fans would most likely buy. So we need to change all of those things. But for on the part of the job, it's going to be difficult, no doubt about that. But where you can find solace is at least you have a sporting director who you worked just from your previous club. So let's see how it goes. But of course, we know feel relegate, and I'm saying we because Ikorodu City no feel relegate.
We are wrapping up on
this is a message to Ibadan. Suru Oliri. In all this, they need to be patient.
Yeah.
Patient. Whatever success that you see in Ikorodu did not happen in one season. It happens over like 3 seasons. We failed, learned, relent, and did mistake. We make mistake.
It's
and
a real fairy tale story. Yeah.
It's a fairy tale story. So if you want that in Ibadan, please and please, I'm begging, be patient with Toby, Adepoju, and Nuruddin Awero. If you are patient, you will get what you want. But if you are not, it will crumble before it starts. Suru Olireo Ibadan. Suru Olireo.
Strong words of advice.
Champion 2025.
That's to wrap up the show on the Gliders today. It's been a wonderful time. Brilliant analysis from the guys on the show today. Still a lot to talk about when it comes to the next edition. The Chan tournament begins this weekend. These Chan Eagles are pretty much involved. They take on the defending champions Senegal on Tuesday next week. So we'll be very much here to dissect the squad. We've got MPFL experts here on the show. We'll dissect the squad from the goalkeepers to the attackers and review the Chan Eagles' chances of maybe doing the unthinkable to go on to win the Chan tournament. 3 countries hosting: Tanzania, Kenya, and also Uganda. And hopefully next time we'll have the guys return on the show, Joy and Mikolo. It was a swell time in Morocco. Not forgetting Edafe Matthew as well. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you for keeping this crew all together. It's been the show on the Gliders. My name is Emmanuel Sebastian. I've done this with Timothy, with Ebere, and also with Jamu. Till we come away again next time. Bye bye.